Picture this. You wake up one morning, check your bank app, and see the number you've been chasing for years, $10,000. It's not life-changing money, but it's the first time you feel you finally have a little breathing room. And now comes the question everyone faces at this point. What do I actually do with it? This video walks you through the smartest next steps. I remember talking to a friend who had just hit his first $10,000. He was excited, already thinking about investing, maybe even taking a short trip, but when his car broke down a week later, the repair bill swallowed a big chunk of his savings. That moment taught him something simple. Having money isn't the same as being protected. Your first move, once you reach $10,000, is to make sure your emergency fund is actually solid. And the magic number is about 3 to 6 months of living expenses. That gives you real peace of mind and keeps you from going into debt when life throws a curveball, whether it's a medical bill, a job loss, or something as simple as a broken boiler. Figuring out your number is easier than it sounds. Add up your essentials: rent or mortgage, food, utilities, transportation, insurance, and anything else you absolutely must pay each month. Multiply that by 3 for the bare minimum, or by 6 if you want to feel truly safe. If that amount is smaller than your $10,000, great, you can move to the next step. Let me talk to you honestly for a second. Nothing eats your money faster than high-interest debt. You might feel good seeing $10,000 in your savings, but if you're carrying a credit card balance at 18% or a personal loan in the double digits, that money is quietly slipping through your fingers. Think of it like filling a bucket that has holes at the bottom. You keep pouring in savings, but the debt keeps draining it. The worst part is that you don't see it happening day by day. Every dollar you use to pay off a debt with a 15% interest rate is basically giving you a guaranteed 15% return. No stock market, no crypto, no investment will ever promise you that kind of certainty. So here's what to do. Look at all your debts and circle anything with an interest rate above 10%. Credit cards, personal loans, store financing, those are usually the culprits. Start with the highest rate first, knock it out, then move to the next one. Yes, it might feel slow at first, but the moment you clear even one balance, you'll feel that pressure lifting off your chest. And once those holes are plugged, everything you save stays saved. The moment people hit their first real chunk of savings, their spending suddenly wakes up. It starts small, an upgraded phone, nicer dinners, maybe a new subscription or two. Before they know it, that $10,000 isn't growing anymore. That's why having a simple, long-term budget is your anchor. There's one rule that keeps your spending in check better than anything else. Spend 50% on needs, 30% on wants, and save or invest the remaining 20%. It's simple. It works in almost every situation, and it keeps your money organized without feeling like you're restricting yourself. Sometimes that little voice in your head says, "You have more money now, you deserve more things." And yes, you do deserve to enjoy your life, but every time your income increases or your savings grow, don't let your expenses grow at the same speed. Keep your lifestyle mostly the same for as long as you can, and let the gap between what you earn and what you spend get wider. Stick to the basics, stay honest with yourself, and your budget will carry you for years, not just for the next paycheck. I wish someone had told me sooner that sometimes the biggest jumps in your income come from being ready when the right opportunity shows up. That's why you need a future opportunities fund. Maybe one day you find a course that could double your earning power, or you get the chance to move to a city with better jobs, or maybe you finally feel ready to switch careers, start freelancing, or launch a side project. These moments can change your entire financial life, but only if you can afford to say yes. Even a small amount set aside for things like courses, relocations, new equipment, or a temporary income gap can completely change your trajectory, because opportunity money grows your income faster than almost anything else. Once you have this fund, you stop feeling stuck, you stop feeling trapped in one path, and you start seeing choices instead of limitations. There's a moment everyone hits once they've saved a solid amount. You look at that $10,000 and wonder, okay, now how do I make this grow? And the truth is, wealth comes from small, consistent steps that run quietly in the background of your life. That's why the smartest thing you can do right now is start investing automatically. You don't need to become a market expert, watch charts, or guess when prices will go up or down. All you need is a simple setup with a basic index fund, something that tracks the whole market. It's low stress and historically reliable. You pick an index fund, something like an S&P 500 fund or a total market fund, and you set up automatic contributions every month. Even if it's a small amount, small and consistent contributions beat trying to time the market every single time. You might not catch the lowest price or the perfect moment, but you'll be investing through the highs and the lows, and over time, that averages out in your favor. Once you automate this, your money grows quietly while you focus on your life. If you talk to someone in their mid-50s, they will tell you, I wish I had started saving for retirement when I was your age. It would have changed everything. The truth is, the earlier you start, the easier the entire journey becomes. If you haven't opened a retirement account yet, this is the moment to do it. Starting early matters for one simple reason. Your money gets more time to grow, and time does something no investment strategy can outperform. It multiplies your results. A small contribution in your 20s or 30s can grow into more than a large contribution in your 40s, and that's the power of compounding. Here's a simple formula that works for almost everyone. Contribute 10 to 15% of your income to a retirement account every month. If you're just starting out and that number feels high, start with a smaller percentage and increase it whenever your income grows. Think about someone who finally gets their finances in order, starts saving, starts investing, and then one unexpected event wipes out everything they built because they didn't protect themselves. That's why having the right insurance is just as important as having money in the bank. Start with the essentials: health insurance, disability insurance, and renter's or home insurance. These aren't exciting, but they're the things that prevent a small accident from becoming a financial disaster. Think about it like this: you wouldn't drive a car without a seatbelt. Insurance is the seatbelt for your money. Health insurance covers those surprise medical bills. Disability insurance protects your income. If something stops you from working, you might never need them. But if you do, you'll be grateful you put them in place early. An older guy once told me something that stuck with me. The best investment I ever made wasn't in stocks. It was in myself. And honestly, that's one of the biggest truths about money. Once you've saved your first $10,000, one of the smartest moves you can make is improving the skills that bring more money in. There are low-cost courses everywhere. Online classes, workshops, certifications, even YouTube deep dives that can raise your earning power in a matter of months. Things like digital skills, marketing, editing, project management, copywriting, data analysis, whatever fits the path you want to grow in. The key is to focus on getting 1% better every single week. Make tiny improvements that stack on top of each other. When you stick to that rhythm, something amazing happens. After a year, you're not the same person anymore. Your value in the marketplace grows, your confidence grows, and your opportunities multiply. This is how you turn $10,000 into something much bigger. Become someone who can earn more, create more, and do more with every step. If your money had a destination, where would it be headed? A house? Starting a business? Maybe traveling the world for a few months? Whatever it is, choosing a long-term goal gives your financial journey a direction, and that direction keeps you disciplined. When you know what you're aiming for, every choice becomes clearer. You stop spending on things that don't matter because you can literally see the bigger picture in your mind. It turns saving from a chore into a mission, and suddenly, money feels less like something you're holding on to and more like something you're building toward. And the moment that goal becomes real, the moment you can describe it, visualize it, even picture the version of yourself achieving it, you unlock a level of motivation that budgeting alone can't create. Now, here's the part most people skip, and it's why they burn out. When you hit $10,000, take $1,000 and set it aside purely for enjoyment. You heard that right. Guilt-free spending on whatever you've been putting off, whatever makes you feel alive. There's a real psychological reason behind this. If every dollar you earn goes straight into bills, savings, or long-term goals, your brain eventually rebels. You get tired and frustrated. You start to feel like you're working for numbers instead of for yourself. But when you allow a small portion of your money to reward you, you actually stay consistent longer. It strengthens your discipline instead of weakening it. That little bit of joy keeps the fire burning without derailing your progress. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss future uploads.